Hello, everybody. Welcome back to God's Messenger. This is Maya. Well, I am Maya. Um, if you don't already know, I characterize myself as a seer. Some people look at those as like prophetess or prophets or whatever you want to call it. But I just know I have prophetic dreams, which is great. Cool as heck, man. Like, use me, Lord. Like, and I'm not trying to be like funny about that, but I'm like serious. Like, I take it very serious. Um, I'm just goofy. But anyway, today I'm going to be talking about my second and third vision. They go together. It was like a part one, part two. I didn't have them both in the same night. They both were dreams. And sorry, I'm fixing my sock. But yeah, the second and third visions that I had, they came to me. Uh, I would say about in like a 2 day separation. Like I had one day, and then I had the other one maybe like 1 or 2 nights later. And it was crazy because I knew they went together. I didn't have to be told that they go together or anything like this. Like I knew um, that they went together. So anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into it. So as normal with me, I went to sleep. Well, can't say it's normal because I nowadays I am seeing stuff in other ways. But it first came to me in dreams. Um, so anyway, this night I was an adult at this time. This is when I first started having visions again. After the one I had as a child, so they just started coming to me out the blue, and this was the first one that I had. And like I stated in my previous video, that the way I differentiate a vision, well, a dream from a prophetic dream from a regular dream, is a prophetic dream is something I cannot forget, and it is also it also has scriptures that go with it. Like I go to the Bible and stuff will like highlight itself to me at to so I can put it with that dream that I just had. If that makes sense. If not, I don't know what to say. But I'm just going ahead and jump into it. So I went to sleep this night, and this is my first dream in adulthood. Um, and I I knew I had died. It's like I had to think about. I was like, did I die? Like I knew I died in the dream. Like I was dead. I wasn't here anymore. Um, and I was brought to heaven. And I had a conversation with God there, and He basically told me, um, He said, I wasn't gonna stay in heaven. I wasn't gonna stay there. That He needed me to do something very important for Him back on earth. But when I go back, things are not gonna be the same. Like they're not gonna be. It's not gonna be the same way as when I left. Like stuff would be very different. So I didn't go back in the time when I had left, if that makes sense. Um, so, and He said stuff was going to be like, it's going to be like chaos. It's going to be scary, terrifying, all that. But He said, don't be afraid because He's with me. That's what He told me. So He was like, basically, what He needed me to do was go back and try to save people. Because it had happened, I believe He had sent me back right after the resurrection, I guess. Like when he got His people um, back. He got His people from the earth, like that first wave. Um, and he wasn't ready to leave as many people behind. Like it didn't sit well with Him. He wanted to save more people. He wanted more people to come home, but it had to be their choice. It couldn't be His. So he sent me back to I guess move people in a way, like me be, I guess, a miracle or something like that, to move people to believe in Him. Um, and so it was beautiful to me, like, because I was just like, I get it. I don't want anybody to be left behind. Like I really don't. I want everybody to live after they die. I don't want people to die and that just be it. So I could understand, like it touched me, like, you want me to do this, like okay, so anyway, he sent me back, and like he said, the world was completely changed. It was not the same. There were a lot of people there, still there, which was kind of sad, and I understood why he sent me back, because there was so many people left behind, like so many. I think there was more people left behind than he had, brought home with him. So it bothered him, and it bothered me too. Um, and so I'm walking around Earth, you know, and the world is chaotic. Like, people were running around, screaming, fires here and there. It was just like it had fallen to ruin. Like, everybody was just lost their minds. And then, like, people knew what had happened. Like, there was like, God came and he took his people, and it's like everybody's eyes were open, but they thought it was too late for them, but it wasn't, because I was there to help. um but when I got there, like I said, it was chaotic, just chaos all around me. And then there was also demons walking the earth. There was these large demons, some demons of all shapes and sizes, just evil creatures just running around, making more chaos on top of the already chaos. So my task was just to save as many people as I could. And so that's initially what I did. I walked up to the first person I saw, and I asked them some questions about God and Jesus, and asked them if they believed, and if I was able to save some. I don't remember the conversations I had exactly, but I know there was conversations with those people to get them saved. And then so I saved as many people as I could. And there were some people that just did not believe. Like, they just like, this is fake. This is, um, I don't know what to call it, like a government's involved or something like that. It was just like they had all these theological explanations for what was going on, and it wasn't what was really going on. So I just had to I just tried to save everybody. Like, I just couldn't sit there and not save everybody. Like, I was like, I have to save everybody. Like, that was where my mind was at. I got to save everybody. And God put it in my mind that I can't save everybody. He said something along the lines of, you can save those that want to be saved, or try to save the ones that don't want to be saved. Um, and but my time there was limited. Like, I was only allowed to be there for a certain amount of time, and it was very short, very, very short. And not enough time to save everybody. Just tell you that there wasn't even probably enough time to save 100 people, but nothing's impossible for God, okay? Like, I was like, I'm up to the task. I'm gonna save as many as I can. If I can save them in a second, if I can save them in a minute, if I can, it counts. But I was not there for a long time. So he just let me know, save as many as you can. Like, that's what I came there to do, save as many as I could. Um, but with me, it was hard for me to just do that. Like, I wanted to save everybody, and I understood some people just did not want to be saved. They didn't believe, and I had to walk away from those situations, and that broke my heart, because I didn't want to. I knew it was coming to them, but there was nothing I could do. I did everything in my power that I could do to put them in the right mindset, but it's their decision. It's their choice. It wasn't mine. I could tell them everything I know, but if they don't believe, that's just them, So I would move on. I tried to save as many as I could. I saved family members. I saved some of my friends. But and then I came up to this one lady, and she was behind this car in front of this building, and there was this big demon, and he looked like a bull on legs. Like his bottom legs was kind of like not human like, but he was standing up. You know, bulls are usually on all fours. This bull was standing up at me. And it was evil, just evil fuming from all these demons. And I was so scared because he looked me in my face and I felt like he was going to kill me. And then it came to me, the Lord saying, "Fear not, for I am with you." Like, that's what he said, and that calmed me immediately. Every fear in me left. All that, this thing is going to kill me, left. It all left. All that left me. And it was filled with, I'm in charge. God is covering me, so you can't touch me, demon. You can't touch me. And I let that demon know that. And that demon became more scared of me than I was of it. Right? Okay. So I saved that lady. Thank God. And the next person that came along, well, I went to my mom's house because I wanted to make sure she was good. Like, I wanted nobody in my mom's house to be there. I wanted them all to be with God. Like, that's what I wanted. I didn't want none of them to be left behind. But they were. Some of them were. That's just the realization that was there. And my mom was one of those people. And that broke my heart. Like, I was like, this is my mom. Why is she still here? I don't understand. So I tried to save my mom. Like, I was trying to save her. And the way that I knew they were saved is I would see them ascend into heaven. It's kind of like they were lifted up and they would go. I can't really explain what I saw. I really can't. Like, that's the only way I can explain it to y'all, but y'all won't never understand what I saw. But it's like they were lifted up into heaven. And my mom was stuck. Like, it was like she lifted halfway and then she stopped midway. And I said, "Mom, what are you holding on to? What are you holding on to? Whatever it is, you need to let it go. Because I'm trying to save you. But you got to want to save yourself. Like, do you believe or not?" And I worked with my mom for a long time. I think I spent a majority of the time I had left with my mom because I was like, I can't sit here and let my mom get left behind. Like, I can't. She's a good woman. Like, I was mad about that. Like, but my dream stopped there. I was trying to save my mom, but before it stopped, God put it in my mind again. You can save those that want to be saved, or you can try to save those that don't want to be saved. He put that in my mind again. I don't know why. It made me upset a little bit, So that's where that dream ended, right? That was part one. Well, that's my second vision, right? The second one. Now moving on to my third one, right? So I'm driving on the highway. I'm in my third one now. I'm driving on the highway. I'm in my car. I look out the window. It's kind of like muggy outside. And I look up. And there's this man floating in the air. Floating there. Just floating and not in any distress. Not freaking out. Nothing like that. But he's just floating in the air. Just floated in the air. And I knew what that meant. Which is weird. Because I was like, I didn't even question, like, why is this man floating in the air? I just pulled my car over or stopped my car. I don't remember if I stopped my car or pulled it over, but my car stopped. I got out. I looked up at that man and I said, "Lord, I'm ready." And immediately I was back into heaven. Now, if you ask me what heaven looked like, I can't tell you. All I know is it was so bright. The light that was there, You become it, if that makes sense. Like, it's so bright, but it doesn't blind you. It's just welcoming, it's warm, it's loving, it's like, it's love, if that makes sense. But if I could tell you what it looked like, don't ask me. I don't know. I don't know what heaven looked like. All I can tell you is it's bright. It's very bright. Um, and I didn't see God. I talked to him, but I didn't see God. Um, and I thought about this. Like, I was like, people can't see God. You know, you see God, you die, right? But I didn't see him, but he was there. He was like almost like standing next to me, which was so, it's an overwhelming and overpowering sensation. But immediately I was there, so bright, 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 right? That's all I can say, bright. I don't know, maybe he put on blinders so I couldn't see what it looked like, because I can't tell y'all what it looked like. I don't know, but it was bright. Love, the light was love, the light was warm, the light was engulfing. It engulfed you. You became the light. So I was there, and he brought me to this opening. And the only way I can describe the opening is it looked like, and this is not related to it, believe me when I say, not related to any way, shape, or form. It looked like a witch pot. Um, like, that's the only thing I can compare it to, or the magic mirror in, Disney movies or something like that, where they can see, the future, and this opening, or the opening of the witch pot, or the mirror, whatever. It was kind of like that, but it wasn't that. Nothing to do with witches or none of that stuff, right? So I looked at this opening, and I seen this earth, and he let me know this is the new earth. I seen it. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay? All right. So I'm looking at the new earth, right? And I could see all these people. And it was weird because it's like you could see it. I cannot explain. Like, I'm trying my best to explain what I saw. I can see it, but it's hard to explain. It's a new earth, right? You could see, it's like you could zoom in and see different people in the earth, which is weird. Like, it's like you could see them from far and close. Like, it's like zooming without zooming. I don't know how else to explain it, but you could see everybody. You could see everybody. Okay, so I'm looking at the new earth. I'm gonna stop trying to explain it, because I'm gonna drive myself crazy trying to do that. You see the new earth, and I looked in there and I seen my family. Some people in my family. I couldn't see everybody in my family, which is sad and disheartening, but I didn't think about that. Like, that didn't worry me. I just worried about, is my mom there? I seen my kids. I seen my mother-in-law. I seen, I knew they were there. My mom was there. Um, Sorry about that. Phone ran out of storage. But everybody was there. Like, or everybody that was resurrected was there. Everybody that came home was there, right? So, because that's our home. But I'm looking at this, and I'm just looking, and I'm in heaven, right? I'm sorry, excuse my kids again. I'm in heaven, and it's just so, I just like go off to the side, like, after I see everybody on the earth, everybody's happy and joyful, and no tears, nothing, no sad emotions down there, right? So I go off to the side, and I'm a little upset, sad, uh, and God comes right here. It's like right here, or on this side. He's on this side, and he said, "What's wrong?" And he knows everything. So there was no need for me to say what was wrong. There was no need for me to tell him what was wrong, because he already knew, you know. But the fact that he asked me what was wrong, that it that does something to me, Like, and I thought about this later. Like, I was like, he asked me what was wrong, and but anyway, he asked me what was wrong, and I told him, and I was like, you know, I'm I'm happy I'm here with you. You know, I'm happy I'm in heaven with, all these great, people. All these great people I read about in the Bible. I'm here with them, right? It's like I'm here, but I'm also alone. like, um, like my family's there and I'm here. Right? So he said to me, he said, so this is what I can do. Basically, this is what he said. He said he could do something for me. He said, you can go down there and be with your family, but you can't come back up here. He said, or you can have one of your family members come up here with you. So I said, okay. And I thought about it. And that was the end of that dream. Yeah, that was the end of that dream. But I sat there and I thought about it. And I was like, I don't even know. At that time, I was like, I don't know what I would choose. I don't know what I would pick, at that time. I know what I'd pick now. I'm not going to tell y'all, but I know what I would pick now. Because y'all might be in my comments like, oh, that's messed up. Nah, man. But I wasn't selfish about my decision. I tell you that. Like, I was like, if I brought somebody up here with me, this is where my mind was at. If I brought somebody up here with me, I'd be taking them away from somebody else. That's how I thought about bringing somebody with me. Now, on the other side, my other option, we go down there. I was like, I can't come back up. Like, this is a privilege to be here. So why would I let go of that privilege, like, to be with my family? I don't know. I just didn't want to be selfish, right? But that concludes both dreams. They went together. I just want to share that with y'all. And of course, I have my scriptures that went along with the dream as well, and I'll share those as well. So the first one that was brought to my attention was Matthew's chapter 24, verse 30 through 35. At that time, the sign of the Son of Man will appear in the sky, and all of the nations of the earth will mourn. They will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of the sky with power and glory. And he will send his angels with a loud trumpet call, and they will gather his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heavens to the other. Now learn this lesson from the fig tree. See, there go the fig tree. As soon as its twigs get tender and its leaves come out, you know that summer is near. Even so, when you see all these things, you know that it is near, right at the door. I tell you the truth, this generation will certainly not pass away until all these things have happened. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. All right, that's the first one. Second one, Isaiah 65, verse 17 through 17. Verse 17 through 19. Jesus, I can't talk today. All right. Behold, I will create new heavens and a new earth. The former things will not be remembered, nor will they come to mind. But be glad and rejoice forever in what I will create. For I will create Jerusalem to be a delight of its people, a joy. I will rejoice over Jerusalem and take delight in my people. The second of weeping and of crying will be heard in it no more. Okay? And now the third one. You know I like my threes. All right. So Revelation 21, 1 through 4. Well, verse 1 through 4. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, now the dwelling of God is with men, and he will live with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them, and be their God. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. That's it, you guys. All right. Well, again, thank you guys for watching and tuning in to God's Messenger. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I'm about to get ready for church and enjoy that. But that's it. All right, you guys. I'll be making more videos soon, probably tomorrow.